Clap your hands if you ready for the weekend. Like, clap your hands if you ready.
What's going on? This Dane from the Wylde Bunch here with Theorematic.
Just got paid Friday night, about to blow half of my check tonight. Man, the ship call me the captain, cause when I run the show, anything can happen. This week had a
The main thing driving me to do music when I first started, the initial thing was I wanted to be a drummer, because I thought drumming it just looked cool. I was like, it looked cool to be on drums. But shortly after, my dad was a producer as well. Like, he produced all his groups, he produced all their records, so I would watch him produce. So production ended up being my main thing. Production and stage performance, really though. It's like, I would have to say kind of equally. Because I tell people all the time, like, I would produce songs just so I could perform them. You know what I mean? So it's like a little bit of all of that. But now production is like the thing that gets me excited. Like the thing that is the challenge, per se. Like performing, I've been doing it for so long. Not that I take it for granted, but I feel like it's like second nature. Like I can probably get on stage and like rock any show, any crowd, because I've been in like almost every situation. But production is like forever changing. So since it's forever changing, I always have a new challenge of like staying who I am as a producer, but also trying to navigate through, you know, this new field of music and the way tracks are being done, and the way tracks sound right now.
See how long you last, and for me, I'm standing on the mountaintop, getting loud like a barbershop, all around the clock. Thought I told you that we don't stop. I thought I told you that we don't stop.
Woo! All right, what new projects I'm working on? Let me run down the line. First and foremost, we finishing up this Wylde Bunch album. We haven't put out an album since I think 2010. But this album is actually very special to us because it's our 20-year anniversary of being a band. Like, we've been together for 20 years this year. So we call it the album 2020, and we're doing like half new, like probably 10 brand new songs and 10 songs that were never released from all of our albums. We're gonna put those out. So we have the Wylde Bunch, and then out of the Wylde Bunch, my little brother Daniel Crawford and the Daniel Crawford Quartet. He's been doing this thing, so we've been like helping him push his project. And then our trumpet player, Rick Jane, she's doing her solo album. And then I'm actually working on a solo album, which is going to be the Dark McGuire project. And it's like, for me, it's different because it's going to be the first thing I do outside of Wylde Bunch as an artist. And it's a very eclectic record, very eclectic mix of styles. Like, I have a record that sounds like some shit from Freddie Mercury and Queen. Then I got a record that sounds like Jay Dilla did it. You know, like some old, because I was like, I really like, I would make the record that I would want to listen to for myself. And that's kind of like the span. Like I did an EDM trap version of Nirvana Lithium. So that just shows you like the span of the kind of records that I did for that. So I have that project, and as a production company, you know, me and my partner Ish, we're working on, I have a girl group called Lady X. We're currently working their projects, R&B group, throwback to like the Destiny's Child, 3 lead singers who can really sing, pretty girls. I have a group called Early who doing pop trap. It's like 3 hardcore ass Latin dancers from the Valley just getting down, doing some hard ass records. It's like TLC on steroids. And then I have Erin Stevenson. She's actually like one of the most well-known background singers in the world. Like, she sings background for Pharrell, she does background for Justin Timberlake, and now she's about to go on tour doing background for Janet Jackson. We're putting out her EP, and you know, while she's on tour with Janet Jackson, she's gonna be doing her own dates. Who else we working on? I think that's all we got right now. Like, super busy and knock on wood in a good way. Like, I'm working on some exciting projects, some good music that I'm really excited about. Well, musically, where we at right now, like Wylde Bunch, I would say the best way to describe it is if like Outkast, Linkin Park, and Foo Fighters had a baby. That's what Wylde Bunch is. So it's a little bit of like just straight up hip hop mixed with some straight up rock and roll mixed with some funk. You know what I mean? Like some Sly and Family Stone. We got horns and all that. So we know that, like, I think the difference with us and a lot of other artists who do live music, we know we don't fit the bill. You know what I mean? Like, we understand that disconnect between all the 808 boom 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 that's on the radio, and then you come on with like a live drum set. There's gonna be that drop off and like the thickness and the bass. But what we've been trying to figure out, thanks to D'Angelo, shout out to D'Angelo on that last album, to D'Angelo in the Vanguard album, we've like been learning to tweak it to where it sounds full and soulful. So for us, it's not about just trying to make it loud and big. It's about, are we capturing that soul? Are we capturing that feeling? Because like now we can't compete with 808s, but we can, if we can make you feel an emotion with our records, I feel like then we've done our job. So as a band, that's what we're trying to do now, is just musically align ourselves with the audio that sounds the correct way. Like, does it feel the way it feels on stage? Because that's kind of the hardest part. It's like, yo, when you come to see us live, people get excited, it's hype, but can I make you feel that same way, or at least close? Can I make you feel close to that on the record? And I think we found that with this latest album. Like, we have some stuff that is really hitting, like, because we programmed it first and then we played the live stuff on top of the program. So we kind of had the best of both worlds. So we got some drums that got a little of that bite, a little of that kick, but then you have still Ish playing on top of it. So you have the real feel and the real soul is still there.
I've been going through it, been having bad dreams, been having bad days, like I'm a dope fiend. Life is a track meet, I'm running and I'm trying.
Advice I have for anybody who's trying to get in the music business is, first, if you're only getting in the music business to make money, quit now. Because that's not what this business is about. It'll beat you up and tear you up and spit you out before you get to your first dime. So this is literally something you have to kind of do out of passion. To take the amount of abuse you take as a musician and an artist, you gotta love it. Because I hear a lot of people like, I don't really like music, but I just want to do it because I see you can make a lot of money. Like, this is not for you. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, work at your art. As much as, you know, you think you're working, I think there's somebody who probably got less equipment than you, less talent than you, who's probably gonna work a little harder just because they have less, they a little hungrier. You know what I mean? So it's like always work. Like, I've been in the game professionally for almost 15 years now, and I still, you know, I still work my butt off. I'm still grinding, I'm still getting up, I'm still not sleeping, because that's what it takes to not only try to stay relevant in this business, but to also keep learning, because this business is constantly changing. So my biggest piece of advice is, no matter what, do the work. There's no shortcuts.
I wanna take it down, wrecking ball. I'm feeling so schizo, padded walls. I'm feeling so Britney, no draws. Bird's eye view to give me perspective, cause some of these niggas is so deceptive. Just wish I could get Jeffrey, take a trip in my brain, come fly with me. I wish that I could find a time to play.